Very good. My name is Chip Rowe. I'm the founder and CEO of CareShare Manager Corporation. 2011 was a year that changed my entire life. It was the year that my mom was diagnosed with dementia. It was the year that she began to fall and badly hurt herself. It was the year that she lost her driving privileges and much of her independence. In fact, 2011 became a year that literally paralyzed my entire family. We were forced to place her in various senior care facilities, but here was the problem. My family lived all over the country, and we were rarely able to visit or even communicate with her. And we only heard from these facilities about how she was doing when she had fallen or developed some kind of infection. But in those rare moments when we did speak with her, she'd tell us how lonely and isolated she felt. She needed to stay engaged with her family. It was this crisis that led me to create CareShare. Loneliness and isolation are bigger contributors to a decline in health than obesity and cigarettes combined. So let me reveal today why CareShare should be your next investment. But before I was willing to invest my time and my money, I did my homework. I really needed to know, frankly, if I was inhaling my own fumes. I wanted to know, are other families facing this situation? Are facilities experiencing these problems? Were there companies trying to address these issues? So I interviewed 75 families and 7 facilities. Universally, everyone said, yes, we need more communication and more engagement opportunities for families, and we need to find a better way to predict loneliness and isolation in our residents. In terms of competitors, I found big holes in these competing solutions. Seems like most of the competitors had embraced some kind of clinical solution or activity management as their primary focus. But the main issue is not whether my mom is playing bingo every day. The main issue is, how do we help my mom proactively avoid loneliness and isolation? No one but CareShare is addressing these issues. There was also a question about market, but there was no question that the market's growing. 10,000 Americans are turning 75 every day. This started in January of this year. It'll go for 2 decades. An average of 61% of these folks will need some kind of long-term care in their lifetime, but the current inventory of 2.7 million beds will simply not be sufficient to provide enough care to this organically growing market. I also need to put together a good team. So I had 25 plus years of customer relationship management experience and 2 successful exits. I brought on Rav Reedy, who was the original CareShare developer for Salesforce, which is the platform we use to build CareShare. And I brought in Ken Mickish, who is a growth and exit strategy guy in early stage healthcare startups. And this has turned out to be a great team. I also wanted to create an easy to understand business model. I took a look at the entire universe of current beds, carved out assisted living and skilled nursing facilities that fit our model, and then just looked at assisted living facilities and came up with a sum of 116,000 beds, which will produce $27 million in yearly revenue. Our business model is very straightforward: one-time implementation and training, 66 cents per day, or I'm sorry, per bed per month. We use a 1-year contract with an evergreen renewal clause. It's the same contract we have with Salesforce.com, with whom we are a partner. And as a partner, they protect our intellectual property so no one can re-engineer our application. We're estimating about a 2% churn, which is consistent with electronic medical record systems who have been selling into this market for 2 decades, and our margins are very good. We expect our heavy sales years to be 2021 through 2023, meeting our SOM goal in 2024, and then we will exit by acquisition in 2025. We expect $236 in average recurring revenue per bed per year, and our cash flow break even we expect to achieve late in 2022. We are asking for $400,000. We plan to use 75% of this investment to broaden our marketing, sales, and customer support areas, and use 12% for maintaining our competitive advantage. I've funded $250,000 so far, and we have a convertible note from our lead investor for $50,000. And I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Perfect. You finished with 3 seconds to spare, so that's excellent timing, Chip.
Thank you.
Jeff, do you have any comments?
So where are you with regard to sales at this point? Because you have your app is up and running, and you are selling. So where
yes. So we've had a paid customer since the early days of 2016. They have served as our beta customer as well, but they have been paying every month consistently. We have 3 additional clients. We have 1 client going through implementation right now. All of those clients are paid clients. We just signed a deal with Pennant, and we are going to be implementing a bridge between the Cornerstone Home Health and Hospice organizations and the assisted living facilities managed by Pinnacle. We're very excited about that because we are going to start triggering automatic referrals from the home health company to the assisted living facility when an at-home patient gets to the point where they're needing some more intense care. I'll give you an example. If a home health patient falls twice in a week, that will automatically trigger a notification to the assisted living facility as well as to the Cornerstone organization to contact the family to have those discussions that are sometimes difficult for families to have.
And what's your future go-to-market? Are you selling these direct, one by one? Are you going through partners? How are you getting in your market?
Well, right now we are selling one by one. However, Pennant represents a huge opportunity for us because Cornerstone, the home care division, has 265 locations. Pinnacle, which is the assisted living organization, has 65 assisted living communities, and we have had discussions with senior leadership at Pennant. In fact, one of their senior leaders mentioned in a meeting, why don't we just buy you? And I said, well, you can buy us cheaper this year than next. And of course, who knows? But the point is that we are selling individually, but we want to sell at a corporate level. We think that by doing trials and entree into a group of organizations within a corporate partner, that will expand our business exponentially, and additionally will open some organizations who might be in the acquisition trail.
Where are you on your 2020 plan? How much cash do you have and your burn rate?
Well, we're billing now our clients. Right now, I have been funding the company, but haven't needed much cash, frankly, not spending much, where our burn rate's about $1,500 a month. We have right now about $10,000 in the bank, and then I have additionally resources that I can bring to bear if necessary. So we anticipate that we're using a 1099 salesperson for the first time out of Denver. He's been very successful. He's got lined up 3 demos for next week. And he is a headhunter and wanted to get involved with us to learn our business so that he could find us good resources after we get funded.
Chip, what's your recurring monthly revenue right now?
Recurring monthly revenue right now is about $2,500, and we get big chunks, Maggie, when we do an implementation because we charge the implementation fee up front. So we've got invoices out for 2 full implementations, with one being implemented now. And then beginning next month, we'll start billing on a per bed basis for the Pinnacle assisted living organization that we have. And then we have another organization called the Collaboration Center. It is a referral agency for special needs kids. We've built them a wonderful application, but we're charging them on a per case basis. We charge them a lot of money for the implementation because there was a lot of custom work, but now they're going to be paying us monthly based on total number of cases that they're managing in their system. So
Yeah,
to answer your question, about $2,500 a month.
Okay, yes. So when we're asking about monthly recurring revenue, those are subscriptions that are renewing, not the implementation phase.
Yes, the subscriptions that are renewing will generate about $2,500 a month in recurring revenue.
Okay, great. And Bill asks, how will your marketing money be spent? And are you actively seeking other funding? Because your ask was bigger than what FundNV can do.
Yes, we are going through due diligence with Battleborn right now, and we have been pitching with the group in Boise and have some interest there. I have a meeting with my initial investor next week to discuss some future options that I'm probably not at liberty to share right now, but that looks promising as well. And what we're trying to do is to get the money to find someone who can begin to put together our sales organization. We've got a mature product. It's bug-free. We have reference clients. We're starting to get inside Pennant pretty heavily. I see the Pennant opportunity as huge for us. Because we could very easily install the system in every cornerstone home health facility and every assisted living facility, and use the interface to be able to drive those leads to the assisted living facilities, and that's very exciting for us.
Okay, we have 30 seconds left. Steve or Maddie, anybody else have a question? Jeff?
So the electronic record company that you talked about last time, where did that go?
We have a relationship with Point Click Care. We have built an interface to the Point Click Care system. Point Click Care, for those of you who are not familiar with that company, is the largest provider of electronic medical record systems in the country. They have 20,000 facilities and 1.3 million beds under contract. By creating this interface, we are allowed to go sell to their customers. That's very active. In fact, I've had several discussions with what's called the Western Pod. We plan to focus in Nevada and Arizona initially, and that will keep us busy for a while, but the Western Pod includes Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, and Oregon. So we've got a large territory that we can focus in, and we don't have any competition yet in that pod. Now, I know it'll come, but right now we don't have that competition. So as much market as we can gobble up right now, the better off we'll be.